Shalom, blessings, Israel, all the 12 tribes of Israel, all the nations. May the Most High bless you and keep you and protect you as all the Israelites are celebrating the New Year, the Passover, and Feast of Unleavened Bread. There will be blessings and there will be judgment. And we must praise the Most High and thank Him for all His glory and all His power. So I pray for the children of Israel, for their deliverance, their protection, that they get closer to the Most High and have a relationship with Him and His Son, Yeshaya. So all praise to the Most High, whatever you call Him, the Creator, Yah, Yahoshua, Almighty El, the God of the universe. The Most High is the King. He's the Lord of spirits. He is the Ancient of Days. He deserves all the praise and the glory and the honor. He's our power. He's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And I'm asking that you pray for the 12 tribes and all the people that will serve the Most High. Alright? So, He would like for you to be, His Son said He would like for you to be hot, alright, or cold, but not lukewarm. You'll be spit out of His mouth. So, we give Him all the praise and the glory for freeing the children of Israel. Alright? And we thank Him for allowing us to continue to give Him the praise and the glory, to be alive, to move and have our being, and to give Him praise and follow His law, statute, commandments, and His holy days. So like I said, as we, the children of Israel, the Israelites, celebrate His high holy days, we'll be taking down the kingdom of Babylon, which is wicked and evil. So we thank you for each day that you have given us. Alright, so this is going to be called war. And there will be war. Alright? There's nothing new under the sun, as Solomon said. It's a time for everything, and it's a time for war. Alright? So, let's get into it, alright? So I'm in Revelation chapter 12, verse 7, and it says, and war occurred. What happened? War occurred. And where? In heaven. War occurred in heaven. So let's see what it says for war in the Greek. Alright? And that's 4171 in the Greek. Alright? So let's check that out. Alright? Get that real quick. Greek 4171. 4171. It says polemos. Alright. Warfare. A single encounter or a series. Battle. Fight. War. Alright. Palameo 4170. To engage in warfare. To battle. fight, make war. There will be war. So in war, warfare or a battle, a fight occurred in heaven in Shemaim. Michael and his angels making war, a battle, a fight against the dragon. And the dragon and his angels made warfare, but they did not have strength. They didn't have power, nor was place yet found for them in heaven, in Shemaim. And the great dragon was cast out. He was thrown out. The old serpent being called devil and Satan. He deceiving the complete habitable world, the populated world, was thrown out onto the earth, and his angels were cast. They were thrown with him. They were thrown out with him. All right. So, again, Revelation 12 and 7. And war, and what was that word in the Greek? 4170. Palemeo, warfare broke out. A battle, a fight, a war, right? Warfare, or a series of war, battle, a fight, a war occurred in heaven, Shemaim. All right. So if a war happened in Shemaim, a war can happen here, and a war will happen here. All right. So, real quick, in the book of the Josephus, when you look up in its index war, it says war among the Jews, the Israelites, or the laws of war among the Israelites. When the war began, the Jew, it says the Jewish, but the Israelite war when it began. All right. Also, it says war not begun with foreign nations. It says any war not begun with foreign nations till ambassadors are sent. Just letting you know, war don't begin without ambassadors, messengers being called or sent. All right. So, war is not to be began with foreign nations, outside people, till ambassadors are called. All right. So that's just some information that I wanted to share, particularly right there. All right. So I'm going to share some more information, some precepts that I wanted to get. So let's get these precepts. All right. I think I'm going to use the Tanakh, or maybe I'll use the Tyndale. Just give me a moment. Okay. I think I can use the Tanakh, right? Let's do that. Deuteronomy 3 and 22. I'm just going to strictly give you these precepts. It says that those engaged in warfare shall not fear their enemies, nor be panic stricken by them during battle. So let's get these precepts. 3:22, 3 verse 22. It says, "Do not fear them, Israel, for it is the Most High, your power, Ahaya, the Ancient of Days, the Elohim, who will battle for you. Do not fear them, for it is the Most High, your power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who will battle for you. He will battle for you. Let's get Deuteronomy 7:21. Deuteronomy 7:21. Do not stand in dread of them. Do not be afraid of them. For the Most High, the Ancient of Days, your God, your power, which is the highest, is in your midst. He's with it. He's near. He's close to you. And a great and awesome power. Awesome power. Mighty power. He's a mighty El. He's the mightiest God. It says, do not stand in dread and fear of them. For the Most High, your power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is in your midst. A great and awesome power. All right. He's with you. He will be with you. 20, Deuteronomy 20:3. It says, he shall say to them, hear, O Israel. It says what? He will say to them, hear, O Israel, listen. Pay attention. You are about to join battle. You're about to do what? Join battle. War. Warfare with your enemy. All right? You're about to join battle. That was that Greek 4171. All right? He says, he will say to them, hear, Shemai, O Israel, Yasharallah, you are about to join battle with your enemy. Let not your courage falter. Do not be in fear or in panic or in dread of them. For it is the Most High, your power, who marches with you. He does what? He goes along with you. He marches with you. He's behind you to do battle. To do what? He's before you, actually, and behind you. He's all around you to do battle for you against your enemy. Hasatan, the demons, the fallen angels, the Nephilim, the giants, all the other nations, to bring you victory. He's against your enemies, in Psalms 83, to bring you victory. All right? And he will bring you victory. All right? So, those that engage in warfare shall not fear their enemies, nor be panic-stricken by them during battle. All right? And the Most High is a man of war, if I didn't say it. All right? He's a God of war. All right? He's a man of war. All right? He is the God of war. All right? Not Kratos. To anoint a special priest. All right? To speak to the soldiers. Or to anoint a special priest in a war. All right? So let's go to Deuteronomy 20 and verse 2. And it says, before you join battle, before you go to warfare or to fight, the priest shall come forward. He's going to do what? Come forward. He's going to come out and address the troops. He's going to address who? The troops. The Most High has an army. He's the Lord of hosts. The Lord of armies. All right? The master of armies. The God of war. And I guess this is today's equivalent to a military chaplain. All right? But, you know, they're compromised as well. So um, you're going to be looking for an Israelite priest, all right, or military chaplain today. Um, in a permissive war, to observe the procedure described in the Torah, all right, in a permissive war, as distinguished from obligatory ones, to observe the procedure described in the Torah. So let's get that Deuteronomy 20 again, and verse 10. Verse 10, uh, let's read 9. It says, when the officials have finished addressing the troops, army commanders shall assume command of the troops, take charge of the troops. When you approach a town to attack it, you shall offer it terms of peace. All right. You should call on it to surrender. You should ask that nation, all right, to surrender or offer it terms of peace before um, attacking it or attacking the town, right? So there's rules to engage in a war. Um, um, Not to keep alive any individual of the 7 Canaanite nations. Deuteronomy 20 and verse 16. All right. It says, in the towns of the latter peoples, however, which the Most High your power is giving you as a heritage, you shall not let a soul remain alive. You shall not let a soul, a life, remain alive. No, you must prescribe them. And you will see Leviticus 27 and 29, but it says, you must prescribe them, the Hittites and the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, as the Most High your power has commanded you. All right. If they lead you into doing all the hateful or abominable things that they have done for their powers, their idols, their gods, their little elves, and you stand guilty before the highest power, Ahaya, the Ancient of Days, the Elohim. All right? So you're supposed to get rid of them. To exterminate the 7 Canaanite nations from the land of Israel. Deuteronomy 20 and 17. All right? It was also in war, we were told not to destroy fruit trees wantonly or in warfare. We were not to destroy the fruit trees, and that's 20. That's Deuteronomy 20. 19 and 20, I believe. 19. When in your war against a city, you have to attack it a long time in order to capture it. You must not destroy its trees. Wielding the axe against them, you may eat of them, but you must not cut them down. Are trees of the field human to withdraw before you into the besieged city? Only trees that you know do not yield food may be destroyed. You may cut them down for constructing siege works against the city that is waging war on you until it has been reduced. All right. So, do you think that they're keeping this law? No. In modern time, no. But let's continue. But that was for us. That was our law. So let's go to Deuteronomy 21, 10 to 14. To deal with a beautiful woman taken as a slave in war, in the matter and the way in the Torah. So let's get that. How you're supposed to treat a slave in war, a beautiful woman that was becoming your slave in war. So Deuteronomy 21, 10 says, when you take the field against your enemies, and the Most High your power gives them into your power, and you take some of them slaves, captive, and you see among the captives a beautiful woman, and you desire her and would take her to wife, you shall bring her into your house, and ye shall trim her hair, par her nails, and discard her captive's garb, her slave clothes. And she shall spend a month's time in your house, crying her for her father and her mother. After that you may come to her and possess her, and she shall be your wife. Then, should you no longer want her or need her, you must release her outright. You must not sell her for money, mammon, since you had your will of her, your way with her. You must not enslave her, hold her captive. All right. Okay, so that's that on that. Let's see if I had any more. Yeah, I got a little bit more. We're not to sell a beautiful woman taken captive in war. Get it? 21:14. 21:14. It says, then, should you no longer want her, need her, you must release her outright. You must not sell her for money, since you had your will of her. You must not enslave her. Okay. You're not to degrade a beautiful woman taken as a slave in war to the condition of a bondwoman. Same as Deuteronomy 21:14. Not to offer peace to the Ammonites and the Moabites before waging war on them, as should be done to other nations. Alright, so let's go to Deuteronomy 23:7. 23:7 reads, you shall never concern yourself with their welfare or benefit as long as you live. Alright. That's interesting. So that was Deuteronomy 23, verse 7. It says, you shall never concern yourselves with their welfare, their well-being, or benefit as long as you live. Alright. That anyone who is unclean shall not enter the camp of the Levites. Alright, so let's get 23:11. 23, verse 11. If anyone among you has been rendered unclean by a nocturnal emission, he must leave the camp, and he must not re-enter the camp. That was Deuteronomy 23 and 11. Uh, in war, to have a place outside the camp for sanitary purposes. 23 and 13. 13 reads, further, there will be an area, a place for you outside the camp where you may relieve yourself. All right. Um, and that's to keep the camp clean. Um, let's read 14 and 15 as well. With your gear you shall have a spike, and when you have squatted, you shall dig a hole with it and cover up your excrement, since the Most High your power moves about in your camp to protect you and to save you, deliver you your enemies to you. Let your camp be holy, set apart, clean, and let him not find anything unseemly among you, and turn away from you. So you're supposed to keep the camp or the place sanitary, holy, set apart. All right, clean. Um, Also, we're supposed to, in wars, or always to remember what Amalek did. All right, that's Deuteronomy 25:17. Deuteronomy 25, verse 17 reads, remember what Amalek